My book began in 68, 1968. Well, I come out about the 60 cents, and some may say it's nothing to make a fuss about. But yes, I know what I've seen. I've seen a Jewish boss of mine, a woman, with the smallest that went into the largest, what they said was compound tax. And she was in tears many times trying to, to put this off, to try to get control of her life again. And she didn't know that knew that she was being used at that point. So for me, because they start small, and if you forget it, then they build it, and before you know it, you have a surprise attack on your butt. And it's all leading back to the equation, because they want to know what this little brown skin girl is made out of. So I'm not resting on this, because it was easy for me, as I said, because the Attorney General office I hold highly responsible also, not only Author House, because it went through a brief. You can see, because it's so simple, and anything they show you cannot match against what I give you. So what? It's a rebuttal, and then years from now, you find out somebody made a mistake and I'm responsible. So no, you got to nip the bud really, really early, because taxation in America is all, I believe, is tumbled on the small people head. The small people must pay the taxes. And for me, that is a bunch of bullshit. Before I get any further with this, I want to show that I am not mistaken when I say that there's involvement with special interests. I don't like to use the word government, because government is really a wide word of, if you're going to use the word government. So I like to say special interest. When you say government, you're including some very innocent people, because there's a lot of people working in the government that is fine people. So it's better I use the word conspiracy. But the parties involved in my conspiracy, the special interest people, give me an extra book that I didn't mention all along, and I chose now to explain why they give me a book called Rocket ebook. And it's all of my quarterly report, this Rocket ebook. I don't know if it's meant to razzle dazzle the IRS or what, but they can't razzle dazzle me with it. What concerned me is how it bypassed the Attorney General concern when I show up to agreement and a contract for two different type of book. One book with two different outputs. I have one book quarter with two different, but on my quarterly report have an extra book. So the special interest people in America have been working so hard on my case. My son, who helped me load my website when I build a website for Divine Order, my equation, he can't get his green card now. I applied for him since 2005, and he gets so much pressure that's another story. Plus the Jewish woman I was talked about with her tax, that came upon her because of me also. So a lot of us have been suffering because of this. So when I show this Rocket ebook, it is because I can't hold it back anymore, because I don't know how the Attorney General never asked the question, what about this Rocket ebook? Of course it have no earnings, but the question should have been asked. That's what I'm trying to say. Excuse me, I am not, might not be able to put this forward in the right way as some professionals will be. So I have to nibble my way through it the best way I can do this, because I have a feeling also that the thing, because of my age, I born in 1945, maybe I don't have no education at all, like the British didn't educate us at all, We don't know what we're doing, people of my generation. But I just want them to know my grandmother could read and count better than me, and read more than I do. So they're stereotyping the wrong nigger. I'm not a genius. I'm not highly educated, but I am going to repeat it to you. You can razzle dazzle the IRS, but I started my sale education in the prisons of Trinidad and Tobago, meaning I would bring in watches and jewelry into the country when I work on ship and give it to a warden to sell for me. I could keep track of this if I want to. You not trying to pull no monkey business on my butt. I am doing this video for a few reasons, and one of them is so that people will not buy this book. Not because I am doing this video. I don't want people to buy this book, because this book is a slave. This book, my book Squatter, is a slave. Please do not buy it. This video is not for you to go out and buy this book. For me, it's for you not. I don't care about any sales on this book. Please don't buy this book. It is a slave, and I mean it's a slave. Okay, my reason for having even a staple bill. Now, Waterhouse don't have to give me back, but I just want to show writers, when you this bill here is from 98. This one is from 96. This one here is black cartridge. It's $34. This is on Lexington Avenue in Manhattan, 1998. Okay, this is for a SCSI drive. This one here is for a jumbo highlighter. This one is for cartridge also, $30-something. The reason for me keeping bills like these, and somebody must have taken most of them for a roll of money I had and stole them in my apartment here in Buffalo. Now, the reason for me to keep bills like this for all these years is for tax reasons. I know I have to give the IRS is going to come after me if I had any earnings from my book. And I have to be able to show them, yes, I paid into writing my book. I didn't pick up my stuff. I went to a store, purchased my stuff. So yes, there's lots of receipts I kept. Okay, this here, I am not asking Waterhouse to pay me back this money, but I just want to show writers or show people who is interested in this that when you diligent about your work, you pay money for it because you want to do it well. When I bought Apple Computer, I also bought into Apple Care. I may not have been using Apple Care all the time, but I paid for Apple Care because I didn't want any stupid person to touch my computer. So you pay them, they pay the fee as Apple asks. You see, this went through the bank. Okay, I'm not saying Waterhouse should pay me back, but I want them to see that I spend money. This here is for a printer. The scanner one, I lost that somewhere along the bill for the scanner, but this is the printer. You could see it went through the bank. Okay, so these are not stupid things. This is also Apple Care, and this is not half of what I paid into doing my book technology. Okay, I paid into it. I'm not saying they should, but writers, I want Waterhouse to know I spend money. I didn't pick up junk on the street. I paid money for my book, and I find it's an advantage for them to be eating and drinking my money, and I get 60 cents. I want the money I paid Waterhouse back. I'll do a close-up on these maintenance letter for me to pay maintenance to Waterhouse. They're sending it and saying it's Ingram. This is look at the dates. The dates all came after I received the bulk of quarterly report, the one and only bulk in 2005. You see how the days go from 2005, 2006, 2007. They're sending them. I'm sorry if I seem to be aggravated about this. Yes, I am aggravated about it because at 73 years old, I don't need to do this. When I left Trinidad and Tobago, I was a settled woman. I already had a house. Having an accident forced me to stay here. Okay, and it went from one turmoil to the next. I was established with my house and everything. When I published with Author House, I was happy to do so. They seemed to be very promising, and I was happy. I was really happy with them. So I'm aggravated now that I have to do this, and the people who were supposed to help me at the Attorney General office, they turn like, well, the shortest word is shotgun. What could I do? Yes, I am highly aggravated about it. And you see, because it's taken me down every day as I do this, as I sit here by my window to do this. I have to do it at night so I don't pick up the neighborly sound on the phone, okay? As I sit to do it, I am highly aggravated because it's taken me down memory lane, and it's not a pleasant memory. It is not a pleasant memory to see that the kind of labor I put in for all the years around the world, in Trinidad. The last bit was in New York. That was a joke because, and I'll tell you why it became a joke. It can become a joke even though I was working illegally, and my boss actually bought it for me, and I had to pay him back in labor. That was okay. You see, because in New York now, it offered me more of the supplies that I want, even though I was scrubbing floors or whatever it is to get it. I left my nice house, my job, my restaurant, my boutique, everything. I come here for, the American dreams. Bullshit. Right now, yes, I am super pissed off about it. The minute they are singing that Sam song, and like, you can't show me quarterly report, your attorney general cannot reply in a proper way. They're hiding and they're dodging and they're doing all this sneaky business when it's clear these people cannot even set forth. They're watching my receipt. They're saying they're owing me money, but they never pay me money. No bank in the world could say, listen, this woman collect money and you singing me an IRS song. What is that? That is stereotyping an immigrant. That is stereotyping an immigrant. That is showing the IRS on me, and you want me to submit to that bullshit. And I said no, because my ancestors made it through the friggin' slavery. You can't do that. You cannot make me scared no more. To hell with you. The lawyer that made the will for this book, my book squatter, he told me not to spend the 60 cents all in one place. I intend to drop a cent in every state in the United States and in the Caribbean too, but I'm going to start in the Caribbean first. These are the letters that they will send. I had to place them like this. Each one of them is explaining that it's Barnes and Nobles, Ingram, and these distributors, and it's a $20 charge distribution. This is not on my original contract. These Ingram and Barnes and Nobles and all these kind of people, no other name but First Book and Author House I am dealing with. So Author House, as far as I'm concerned, and this is where I have to fill in to pay them the money. Okay, these are all the different ones that I paid and had to fill in. Now they ask here for Visa and credit card and all this kind of thing, and pay to Author House. So they're saying they're collecting the money for these people. Now the thing is, it have no right to be that I am paying these people this money, which I have done so. And when my contract is saying that I don't pay into maintenance until I make back my previous down payment. So all of this is what I believe Author House called voodoo economics. Yes, Author House killed my love of writing. I could honestly say that. It was that when I was a kid, my dad used to be very worried when he see me with pencil and paper all the time writing. But Author House has killed my joy of writing. I do not want to write again. I eat with that 60 cents check on a copy of it on my dining table. I will not do anything like that again.